21, Chamishi, fifth Aliyah for Vayigash. So yesterday we ended off. Yaakov was revived, and we talked about loading the wagons to go bring the whole family down to Egypt to be united with Yosef. And now the Torah is going to list and count who was on the guest list of these people who went down. Who are the family members who were counted as part of those who went down? Ches, verse 8. These are the names of the children of Israel who then came to Mitzrayim. Yaakov and his sons, Bechor Yaakov Reuven. I have a quick inventory of all the people. First is Reuven, who's the firstborn. Continues Rashi, Abai Mitzrayim. These are the ones who came down to Egypt. Al Shem Hashah Kril Akasabayim. Relative to the time they were actually going down to Egypt, the verse refers to them as coming, present tense. And don't be surprised it doesn't say the ones that came. Because the Torah, if you don't use the chitas as the Rashi English.
Yeah, no.
Okay. So Haboy Mitzrayim, it's a present tense. That's okay because back then it was present tense. Test. Uvnei Ruvain, the Ruvain's sons were Chanech Falu v'Chetz Mecharmi. Chanech Falu Chetz Mecharmi. Thank you. Bnei Shimon, Yemuel, Yamin, V'Yachin, Mitzechar. The sons of Shimon were Yemuel, Yamin, Oad, Yachin, Sochar, V'Shal ben Kanis. And Shaul, the son of the Canaanite woman. Who's that? Ben Akanis, the sons of the Canaanite woman. This is a euphemism for Dinah. I guess we're going here just for the record that there's two opinions in Medrash. Who were the wives of the 12 sons, the 11 sons? And there's two opinions in the Medrash. One said it was they married their half sisters because every son was born with a twin, so they'd marry someone from another mother, so it'd be a half sister just from the father. And some say they married Canaanite women. It seems like Rashi here is going to the opinion of that they married their half sisters, and so but why are you calling this woman a Canaanite? Says this is Ben Dina Shenivala Kanani. Doesn't mean she was a Canaanite woman. It means she's Dina, who was abused by a Canaanite man, Shechem. Because what happened is when they killed Shechem and they rescued her from her being a hostage, Dina would not agree to be saved until Shimon agreed to marry her brother, her full brother. And there's a lot of discussion of how could, if they kept a prototype of Torah, that how could Shimon marry a full sister? Half sister, I guess, was okay, whatever. How could they marry? So the answer is that the Rebbe has a sikh about this. Essentially, the Jews, the Yaakov and his sons keeping the Torah in prototype form is what we call chumrah. It was done out of stringency. They weren't commanded. God didn't give them a command to sign it. They did it out of spiritual, their own spiritual volition. It was optional. It was like when you take on, for example, an extra beautification of a mitzvah. I'm not going to, let's say, talk in tefillin. Some people, right? You're allowed to talk in tefillin. But not in the parts of davening you can't. I'm saying when it's after davening you could talk. Some people, I think, they don't talk in tefillin. That is not a halacha. It's a kind of a bonus stringency. So the way they kept the whole Torah, because it wasn't given yet, was all bonus stringencies. However, with Dinah, they would have been had he not married her, it would have been violating one of the 7 Noahide laws of breaking an oath, maybe, or something. I forget exactly which. I have to look it up. So, in the halach of that time, might be in the Gutnik. I know it's in the Gutnik Chumash. 29, yeah, 20, 24, 26. Thank you. Let's take a quick look. 34, 26.
I mean, this is totally incomprehensible to me. It's not even consistent. So I don't know how to react to this.
Try to see what's going on. What's inconsistent? What's bothering you?
This whole thing about the Shaul, the son of the Kanani woman. What does that mean? I don't know.
Shimon married his sister Dinah and had a son Shaul, and it calls her the Cananis as a euphemism, but it's not actually a. She wasn't a native-born Canaanite.
Dina was Israel. I don't understand why you call her Kanani.
Rashi said that they did not marry Kanani women. There's different opinions. So how come we find this one smack in the middle that he married a Kanani woman? The answer was it wasn't really a Kanani woman. What was it? It wasn't a Kanani woman. Yeah. So why you're asking? Well,
Rashi says
that's why.
Rashi says the name.
But how is he allowed to? Is the question. Just because. So the Rabbi deals with that. So I'm trying to look it up real quickly. Give me a moment. $34.26. Nothing in here. Oh, here, no. I have to look it up, but it's definitely talked about. Basically, the answer is that they're not keeping, not marrying. The sister was not law; it was a stringency they took upon themselves. But for him not to marry Dinah would have been a violation of the 7 Noai laws, maybe because he made an oath. I'm not sure exactly.
No, I'm not sure either, and that's something that stands out as unintelligible to me.
That's good. It's good. It should stand out. That means you're learning. If you have questions, it means you're learning. If it made sense in 5 seconds, that's like it's good. It's good. We'll have to find the answer.
The answer is that there isn't an answer.
Oh no. They're always.
I think he married a Kanani woman, and that's basically what it says. Take it at face value.
Okay, moving on. Yud Aleph, Uvnei Levi, the sons of Levi was Gershon Kasmerari. Yud Beis 12, Uvnei Yehuda was Erev Onan, V'Shela, V'Feretz, V'Zarach, V'Yamas Erev Onan, Beres Canaan. And he mentions Aaron Onan had died in the land of Canaan, as we learned earlier. V'Yuvnei Feretz, Chesem, V'Chamul, and Peretz's sons were Chesem and Chamul. Yud Gimel, Uvnei Yisachar, sons of Yisachar was Toila, V'Fuva, V'Yev, V'Shimrei. Yudal, Uvnei Zvulun, the sons of Zvulun was Sered, V'Elon, V'Yachleel. Okay, Tesvav, Elav, Leah, all those sons are the sons of Leah. Ashayod Yaakov Padan Aram, she bore to Yaakov in Padan Aram, which is I think Syria somewhere. There's Dina Pitoi, and she also bore to him Dina, his daughter. Karl Nevish Banav Nesav Shloshim Shalish. All the sons and daughters from Leah were 33 people. Oh, wait, there's a Rashi here. These are the sons of Leah and Dina, his daughter. So if you notice, interesting. Rashi points out the males are said they're the sons of Leah, but Dinah it says is the daughter of his Yaakov. Why? To tell you a certain thing. Isha mazras tchila lezacher, that when the wife inseminates first, she gives birth to a male. Ish mazir tchila yilazdekev, when a husband inseminates first, the wife gives birth to a female. A lot of talk how this fits up with science. I've read this before. Anyways, moving on. Shleshim Shalosh 33. With Praton, when they are listed above, there's actually 32. So who's number 33 from the progeny of Leah is Yocheved. She's actually born, her mother was pregnant with her, wife of Levi, and she was born as they were entering the city. They're in Ellis Island or something. because elsewhere says she was born to Levi in Egypt, but she's counted because she was in utero. Her birth was in Egypt, but her conception was not. She was already in utero on the way down, and she actually counts as one of the 70. Okay, Tezayin, Uvnei God, the sons of God were Tzifin, V'chagi, Shuni, V'etzbain, Eidi, V'aredi, V'areli. God's sons were Tzifyon, Chagi, Shuni, Etzbain, Eri, Aredi, Eri. Okay, Yezayin. V'nei Asher, Asher's sons were Yimna, V'yishva, V'yishvi, Vriya, V'serach Chesem, and their sister Serach, the daughter. Uvnei Vriya, the sons of Vriya were Chaver and Malkiel. Yod Ches, Ela b'nei Zilpa, these are the progeny of Zilpa, Ashnos and Lavan Le'el whom Lavan gave to Leah his daughter. But this Ela Yaakov, and she bore those people mentioned to Yaakov. Sheish Esrei Nefesh, a total of 16 people. Yod Tes b'nei Rachel Eshes Yaakov, the sons of Rachel, Yaakov's wife, Yosef and Yamin were Yosef and Binyamin. Yod Tes b'nei Rachel Eshes Yaakov. He gives it here. The only time we see one of the wives is called the wife of Yaakov. None of the other wives were called the wife of Yaakov. She was the main wife of the house, the mainstay, the mistress. I don't know what the proper word is for the main wife. Mm-hmm. Mistress is the proper. It doesn't just mean
no, that's what I mean.
Okay. It's also used. It's used in another. It's used usually in as. That's actually what it means, right? Okay. Chav. Yosef was born in the land of Egypt. To Yosef were born in the land of Egypt, Menashe and Ephraim. I just saw in my kids' magazine that Menashe and Ephraim were twins. Yeah. I mean, Rashi doesn't mention it, but I never knew that.
No, they were born. I don't think that's the impression that the Torah gives me. Certainly not twins. They were born different.
It was really younger son, but it could be anything. It could be a year apart, 2 years, 10 years, or a minute apart. Whatever.
Why did they make that statement, though?
I don't know. I can't answer for the Jewish Kids magazine. They're quoting some medrash. Doesn't mean we hold of it. And moving on. Chav, Vayival Yosef time. To Yosef was born in Egypt from Osnas, the daughter of Potiphera, the priest of On, Menashe Ephraim, Chav Aleph, Uvnei Binyamin, the sons of Binyamin were Bela, Vavecher, Vashbel, Gera, Benaman, Echi, Varosh, Mupim, Vachupim, Va'ord. Chav Beis, Ele b'nei Rachel, these are the sons of Rachel, Ashiel and Yaakov, were born to Yaakov, Kol Nevesh Arba Asar, altogether 14 people. Chav Gimel, b'nei Dan, Dan's son was Chushim. We'll see later, Chushim was deaf. So it becomes relevant later on. Chav Daled. Uvnei Naphtali, the sons of Naphtali were Yachtzel, V'guni, V'yetz, V'shilem. Chav Hey, Ele b'nei Vil, these are the sons of Vilah, Ashnos and Lavan l'Rachel Bitei, that Lavan gave as a maidservant to Rachel's daughter. And she bore all these people to Yaakov, Kol Nefesh, a total of Kol Nefesh Shiva, 7 people. Chavav, Kol Nefesh Shabbat Yaakov Mitzrayim Yitzirechai, all the people coming with Yaakov to Mitzrayim, his offspring, besides his wives, and him is Kol Nefesh Shishim Hashesh, a total of 66 people we just listed. Kol HaNefesh Habal Yaakov, all the people coming with Yaakov that left Canaan to come down to Egypt. The verb Haba'ah is not a past tense, rather it is a present tense. Haba'ah. As we see, we had this a bunch of times. Be'erev Hiva'ah is past tense. Minarachol Biti Ba'ah, when the stress is in the aleph, it's present. If it's in the base, it's past. Therefore, Tam and Lamat Ba'alah, so the Tam of Haba'ah is with the an aleph. Because when they left Egypt, they only had 66 people. All the people, including the wives, all the people, including Yaakov and his wives, a total of 66 people, plus Yosef, plus Menashe, let's try 69, I guess, plus Yocheved. No? Anyways, the second time it mentions the number of Yaakov's household is 70 in the next verse. That's in the past tense. Lefichach ta'amoi So there's people coming down. That was 66 people. But when we talk about the 70 who came, that includes Joseph and his sons. Because by the time they came, there's 7. Now there's 70. Because they found Joseph's 2 sons. And Yocheved was born then at that point. This is actually what I said, Alan. This last gloss of Rashi explains to you why he did not, actually no. According to we quoted in the Medrash earlier, that twins were born with the Shvatim, and they married their half sisters. So where are all the wives? Where are all the wives of? There's more than 66 people. There's another 10 or 11 people, right? Let's say 10. The wives, who are twins, they're not just wives; they're also daughters of Yaakov. So you must say they died before they went down to Egypt, because they're not counted here. I found in another Medrash, as Rashi Vikar Abba, Esav was a total of 6 people. Yet they refer to him as Nafshes Beisai, the souls of his house, the people, plural of his house. Because they had those 6 people, they served many gods. Right. Yaakov Shimhayu, Yaakov consists of 70 people. Vakasukeres and Nefesh. Yet the verse calls them Nefesh because they all worshipped one God. He's right. Let's see, Chavzayin. Ubnei Yosef Ashir Mitzrayim Nefesh Shnoim. Yosef, his sons were born in Egypt, was 2. And Rashi in the verse says, Kol Nefesh Leveis Yaakov Haba'a. Right? All the soul, the one soul, 70 people, it's one collective soul. It was born to Yaakov. It was to Yaakov that came Mitzrayim. Shivim was a total of 70.